Hello, everybody. John,
Hello.
we're not late. You're late. I'm live.
Are we live?
We're live, yeah. Yeah. Welcome to this nonsense again. Um, Nothing majorly planned, really. We're going to talk about Kelham Island, all three of us, with Lynn included. Hello, Lynn.
Hello.
Hello, Lynn.
Delayed,
Hello.
brilliant. All three of us and Lynn visited. Was it like 2 or 3 weeks ago? Went to Kelham Island.
Um, yeah, it's 3 weeks ago, was that? I want to say three.
Yeah. But we're going to give you sort of like a brief looky really at what it's like. I've done a couple of slides with a few little videos and some pictures, so we'll just have a quick look through them at some point. Um, any questions, feel free to ask. Ideally, you want to just go yourself because that's better than watching us three clowns talk about it. Mainly because it's been more than 2 minutes and I've kind of forgotten a lot of the things we've seen. But yeah, it's really good. You haven't got to pay, it's free entry, you can donate if you wish. But it's a lot bigger than I thought it would be. From the outside, it doesn't look like it's going to be huge, but there's a lot to see, lots of different bits and pieces. It's not just cutlery, it's loads of different stuff. I mean, they've got right to the front door, they've got a big cannon, haven't they? Like, you call it a big
Yeah,
old
yeah,
big.
because they still make gun barrels in Sheffield to this day for the 155 millimeters. Yeah,
Big old guns. So I'm just going to say hello to a few people in the chat before I forget. So we've got John, Marco, Peter, Tiffany. Uh, Hello, Lynn, Rin. We have Fictional Iceland here as well. Make Cutlery great again.
that's Mike.
Mike. We've
Yeah,
got some bold geezer in here as well. And Mike Adams. So anyone that's not commented, come and say hello. We've got 20 odd people watching. Here we go. James Fenner. What's going on, James? But yeah, I'm just going to bring up a couple of slides. We're going to have a look through what we're going on. And yeah, so here's our wonderful thumbnail. Sean with his protruding eye, obviously.
I'm glad that that's his eye.
Yeah, protruding eye, not ours. There you go.
Upgraded since then.
It's proper bonk now, isn't
This will see me through the week.
Aye, aye.
Aye, aye.
it? Before we go any further, though, how is everyone's arthritis today?
It's not been too good today.
No?
Yeah, I've been, struggling all week, really. It's just got progressively worse.
I was fine until it got to Friday, and it was finally Friday and the end of the week, and I was like, here comes the weekend.
Hello, Joy.
Hello, Joy.
Hi, Joy.
The weekend. A very knifey weekend. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
That sounds a bit bad, doesn't it? A very knifey weekend. It sounds like we're like some kind of criminals that have, just going to go out and do a few knife crimes.
Nothing wrong with that. Could be fun. So on arrival at Kelham, this is what you sort of met with at the front, and I'm guessing that's a big old sort of smelting sort of pot, is it, or a big old container for something?
Crucible, I guess, is it? Would you call
it?
Crucible?
Now okay, that's what you saw when I kindly enough dropped you off.
Yes, and then you buggered off to park the car. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. And then you've got Welcome to Kelham Island Museum. Now, this is all like the original brickwork. They've obviously painted over that to do that little mural thing. But it's on the left picture, you just walk behind the trees, and you would start making your way in. And then, pretty much as soon as you go in, you're presented with a lot of cutlery, which is very nice. And this is just sort of a basic what is cutlery. It says at the bottom there, cutlery is that what cuts. And literally what it says there, couldn't be any more Yorkshire if it tried. That what cuts. Sharp edges, so they count as cutlery. We've got a load of different things here. It's all the sort of stuff they've made. So, you've got the very old right in the middle at the top. You've got kitchen knives, bread knives, machetes, little paring knives, pocket knives, bowies, a bit of everything, really. Particularly the pocket knives are what I'm the most interested in, but everything there is fantastic. So you got up here, I don't know if you should all be able to see my mouse cursor. So you got some Taylor's Eyewitness up here. I believe this was a Rogers. This was probably another Taylor's, I think. These are Taylor's, but this is just one of the drawers at the start. There was big old cabinets just full, wasn't there? Like quite a lot.
Yeah.
And then we've got a couple more of the displays they had. They had a lot of these sort of framed displays throughout the whole sort of museum, really. This is the I Sorby's Punch brand tools. So I know Tiffers will be enjoying this because he likes a tool because he is one. And then on the right hand side,
I like the marbles ones. I thought they were pretty cool.
Yeah, they had massive marble displays right above in the hall exhibit, big, huge displays. And on the right, there's some examples of some of the old packaging you would have received your stuff in. We got like Sheffield stainless table cutlery.
The thing is, though, they've got less packaging than Sean's got just on his shelves.
Yeah. Yeah, Sean's got more packaging on him.
Actually, on him.
Yeah. I really wish they would do packaging like they used to. Like, forget that terrible clamshell packaging. But at the back right, you've got John Turton, that box, table cutlery, just an old vintage style brand. Not that, Michael. Not baggy. The old table cutlery with that really beautifully designed, was it like mustard and emerald label on it at the back? It looks great.
All those little boxes as well.
Like these.
Yeah. Oh, let's have a look at some of Sean's boxes.
Sean, show us your box. Oh, he's got it out.
This is an old Taylor's Eyewitness pocket knife box. But unfortunately, it's empty.
Has it got any knives in it, Sean?
It's empty, sadly.
Where's the knives, Sean? Where are the knives?
There's definitely something that I wish they would bring back, some nice packaging like this.
Definitely.
If only there was someone going to make a knife with good packaging like that, that would be really interesting.
Yeah, traditional style.
Yeah, traditional, made in Sheffield. That's a good idea. Maybe we should do something about that.
Leave it with me.
Next up, we've got a couple little clips. Now, this machinery would have been driven quite a long time ago, so it's all belt driven. So underneath in Arthur Ironson, they've got all these belts still sort of set up. Now it's not belt driven anymore, but they do have the belts, and you can see them in there.
That's because they transferred a lot of the stuff to like Kelham Island.
Yeah, yeah. But you can see the belts operating at the top here. It's all like one big belt system, and then you can see smaller belts drive the machines, and you can see down here at the bottom. And then I have a separate video, which is a bit of a better view of the tools sort of working. You can see there, it's that questionable that we can all probably laugh about because we're about 12 years old machine just there. And you can see all the belts working. And I'm amazed how well they're working considering how slack some of them are. Because you would think they would just slip being that slack, wouldn't you?
Yeah, they don't have to drive it very fast. That's the thing, because it's all about like the gearing.
Yeah. And then in the middle of this video, I'll try and pause it, but you'll see the gearing where it's done on the cone. Where is said cone? There.
And you change the speed by like changing the size of the cogs.
Yeah, so you can see you've got like a staggered cone here. So you go on like the largest ring, and then it gets gradually smaller and smaller.
Yeah, that's to like slow it down, yeah. Or speed it up, whichever way your belt's going.
Around, but just the noise of it all running is just fantastic. You don't hear that sort of stuff anymore. It's all just electrical sort of noise. And then here we have sort of a, what do we call it? The grinding wheels,
it
really.
Was grinders, wasn't it? They were all like driven from like belts again, weren't they?
Yeah, these were all belt driven then. So you can see here is where the belts would go, like on this little spindle. And then these would be the grinders, polishers, whatever. And you'd have a line of cutlers then, each doing something different along the line. And it's just like a pretty standard setup, but I love how they've kept it all as original as possible. It's just a fantastic experience to go and do, and you should. Lynn's got it right. Even Lynn enjoyed it. And
it's a great place to like visit. It really is.
Yeah.
And there's one here for Sean. So Cherick says, okay, so it's butt plug gearing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Over in the Netherlands, all you do is try to fit stuff in your buttocks because that's what you do. Yeah.
And then we have big old engine, and then you got Markle and Lynn there. Look, big old engine, huge. The River Don engine, and then you can see it's the Davy Bros of Sheffield, and it has 12,000 horsepower.
So about the same as my 1989 Renault 5 GT Turbo.
No, that's how much you thought it had. It really had 12. And if it's still running now, it definitely has 12 left. That's all it's got. But when you go, what was it? Every 2 hours they have this running?
Yeah, something like that, wasn't it?
Was it 10, 12, and 2? So yeah, I think that's it.
Because we were just leaving, weren't we? Just about to leave.
And the woman at the counter was like, you might want to go back and look at the engine. They're about to start it up. And I've got a clip of it running.
As soon as you walk into that room, you can just smell the oil, can't you?
Yeah. That's how smooth it is.
And it goes backwards. Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah. So the way it switched between...
Incredible, wasn't it?
Yeah, the way it sort of switched between forwards and backwards, there was no sort of, stop, here, gears changing. It would just go like that and then just immediately start going backwards. Whoever designed that thing, they knew exactly what they were doing.
I think there was 2 of those built. They're the largest of their kind in the world, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. 12,000 horsepower. You could do anything with that. It did a lot in its lifetime. It did. What was it? The power? Did it power a big old ship?
No, it was made for the armor plating, wasn't it?
Yeah, for the steel rolling. Yeah,
the armor plate.
They had some examples.
Thick, wasn't it?
Yeah, they did didn't they do 2-inch thick, and then they tested a bullet against it, and it just went straight through it. So they just made it like this thick.
Well, the bigger you would match the armor plates on those old battleships to the size of the gun. So if you thought you was going up against a battleship with a 15-inch gun, you'd have a 15-inch armored belt.
Yeah. Just to be like, I don't really want to die, so we'll have something big.
That's why you had 30, 40, 50,000 ton battleships. Yeah.
Yeah. Surprised they stayed afloat, to be honest, with all that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
When you saw the sheet of armor plate that was in there.
And then we've got, this is a bit of the Hawley experience.
Ken Hawley, yeah.
Yeah, this is where all the marble tooling were. Some of the size of the trowels and chisels they've got there is huge.
They've got a giant set, haven't they? And they've got a miniature set for Judd.
Yeah, they've got Judd tools in there as well, right towards the end. They're very, 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 very small. But it's just loads of different bits and pieces. They've even got some US-made stuff in there. There was some US sort of like calculators and early calculators and things in this cabinet.
Texas Instruments. Yeah,
that's it. So there was Texas things going on. But nothing I say or show you is going to make it seem any better than it is. You just need to go immediately, like now, go and see it. So there's loads of information dotted around the place as well. So this is a quick story of pen and pocket knives. When is a pen knife a pocket knife? And then the text is probably way too small for you to read, but I will share the pictures, especially the information pictures in Discord after the live. So you could be able to go and read it. But it basically gives you a breakdown of all the different bits and pieces. So you've got a load of the blade shapes, so common blade shapes at the top here. And then you've got the different parts around here. and then it gives you a list of all the display items. So on the next sort of video, it's at the cabinet where there's a lot of them are George Wolstenholme, but there's something from every sort of period where they've made cutlery. So there's the display pieces, which is a huge razor, down to the very, very early, like 1800s and earlier knives on there as well. So you can see the giant razor at the top here. I don't know what possessed anyone ever to make that. Maybe it was for that, because he's huge.
Ashley said that he's going to make one.
I guess, wouldn't
Well,
it?
if Ashley makes one, I'll have it.
What are you going to do with it?
Display it on the wall. As long as he makes it, but with a 3-inch blade.
No, I think he's planning on like doing it big. I think it'd look good on like Sean's backdrop.
It would be the backdrop.
Yeah.
It'd probably fall off on me and do me a mystery.
That'd be the back broken.
Yeah, no, back's gone. Then underneath here, as you can see from the previous slide, is the information I was showing. Never going to show up on this. And then here we have some of the knives that they've got going along. So we have some pocket knives here, got some Richards at the bottom, early Richards, Wolstenholmes at the back. There's some Ibbotons, some Taylors, but just loads of different stuff going on. Some of the clasp knives. Big old hawkbill here in the middle. And then you've got some more Georgies and Richards. And then here is a canoe, which I know someone who has this canoe. Exploded here. I know Sean and Nigel have both got one. But it shows you every piece exploded with the pins going through holding it apart, which I think is fantastic. And then we have down here some of the really...
Well, there was some stunners down there, though, wasn't there? If you could get into that cabinet and just empty it with a magnet.
Yeah. So this row on the right-hand side is the 1900s to today. So you've got some of the latest stuff, really. You've got Rogers, you've got Wolstenholme, Richards at the bottom, some of their cheaper stuff, and you've got Wolstenholme and things like that at the top. Then the next row, you've got 1850 to 1900. And you can see there's a ploughman's knife here, like Sean has a few of these. You've got some beautiful Barlows, a Grandaddy Barlow at the top. Oh, here's Sean with ploughman.
Said ploughman.
Said ploughman.
Nice bit of craggy
staggy with some worm groove on there as well on the other side, yeah.
That's lovely. And then we also have the video freezing, which is great. You got the earlier and then the earliest, which is, I think, was it like 1600, I think it was, to like 1800. I'm amazed by the stuff they made at that time frame, because a lot of it looked as good as anything that
I'm amazed how well it is, how well centered it is, and there's no sort of gap in it. It's just so well put together.
So, and they proper took their time to make this stuff. And then we have some information on Durham Duplex. So as you may know or may not know, Durham Duplex have taken over the brands at the top. They've bought them off of the Eggington Group, which is Joseph Rogers, George Wolstenholme, Ibbotson, and William Rogers. So they have taken over those sorts of names. And then there's a bit of information on here, which I hope you can read, because I really don't want to have to read all this out. But I can make it big enough so you can see it all. So it's just some information, basically, about who they are and why they're moving into Kelham Island. So they're going to be opening... Well, they're currently moving in, aren't they, Michael, with their manufacturing?
I think they officially sort of opened it Friday. It was invite only. I know Jane from the famous Sheffield shop got an invite, so she went down there. So they're taking over Messrs Row, which, if you've ever been there, is all the little workshops. It's done like an old street, like an old cobbly street.
Yeah.
And they're moving 4 of the cutlers down there to make the traditional line of pocket knives. So that will be Stephen Cocker and 3 others. Yeah. And they're also, I think one of those little shops down there will be a knife shop, so you can actually go in there, pick up the knives and stuff, and then pick the one that you want, or the 5 that you want, or maybe 12.
Or all of them.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's going to be really good.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. I'm going to be down there as soon as I possibly could. And so why have they bought the Heritage Blaze business? So Durham Duplex, a massive company in Sheffield. They've been around for donkey's years, haven't they? Like a long time.
Yeah, long time. Durham Duplex.
So, and they basically said from Eggsworth they want to ensure the continued use of these brands and manufacture of heritage products. So basically, they're saying they want to keep them as Sheffield as possible, which
exactly what we wanted, exactly what we needed.
Yeah. And then the bottom part of this says why Kelham. So it's just saying the current workshop used to make these pocket knives ends mid 25. So then it makes to the lease. So their lease where they're currently making knives, so I'm guessing that's at Eggington, wherever they are, runs out this year. So they're moving into Messrs Row or Messrs Street, whatever they call Little Messrs Street. So they're going to be making stuff there, which is going to be fantastic. And I hope that you'll be able to see that process because I know it's glass fronted.
I think you will from the look of it. Even if you don't see all of it, you'll certainly see like some of them working in there, which will be fabulous.
Yeah. So it's going to be fantastic.
They're going to be making as well that they're going to bring back some of the other names that they've purchased, some of the other brand names, because it wasn't just those brand names. They're the ones that are currently being made, but they've got a lot more brand names.
Even I know that basically now Worcester Home and Rogers, they're practically the same knife now. I mean, it's no secret they're the same knife with a different stamp on. I still prefer that than having a brand disappear.
Absolutely, yeah. But I think they're meant to be bringing back some older models, which would be nice.
That would be fantastic if they can manage to pull that off.
So
and maybe tank stamps again, which will be nice as well.
Will they go back to carbon steel? Well, probably not, which is a shame because they're currently made in stainless, that SF, whatever it is. I just don't feel they would go back to carbon. I think they're going to keep it as stainless.
Well, I mean, never say never. We just don't know, do we? Yeah.
I think we need to work on that.
Yeah, I think we need to send. Yeah, I think we need to send them lots of letters and emails saying, "Please go back to carbon steel."
I'm just going to write carbon steel and then just keep sending them on repeat.
Yeah.
Can everyone do as Chaddock says, hit the like button even if you don't want to? So thank you.
Is that what you said? Even if we don't like it? Oh.
Yeah, even if you don't like it, you still have to hit the like button.
He's just feeling rather frisky because he got his PPP knife today.
Yeah, Chaddock, what do you think of your PPP knife? Because I love mine. I've been beating mine to hell.
I know. I've put a wicked edge on mine because it's carbon steel. Edgy.
Lynn's nicked mine.
Oh
no, Paddy's life's gone.
Oh.
She said she wanted to borrow it to use it to measure for a slip.
Oh, okay. And now you're never going to see it again. That old pony. Sean, could I just borrow all of your Ashleys? I just need to measure them.
Yeah.
Please.
And I just need to measure it and then.
Yeah, just lend me all of your Ashleys and I'll measure them, and some of your really old ones as well, and I'll measure those.
She's been off today, so she's been doing a bit of leather work, and she's been using the club knife to cut the leather, and said it's really good. So,
that's good to know.
But that's sort of a brief, very, very brief sort of look into Kelham Island. And there's a reason I didn't do two. I've got loads of pictures, but we all took loads of stuff. But if I show you everything I've got, it's going to spoil it. So you need to go and see it for yourself.
See what?
It's the only way you're going to see it. Kelham Island.
Ah, Kelham.
Yeah. And John, that means you as well. I don't care. You excuse you live in Texas is an excuse.
Oh
Andy,
yeah,
you as well.
I live in Texas. I just no excuses. Oh, yeah, but it's so far away.
Get on plane and come and see it.
And like Mario, I live in Texas as well. You know.
Terrible excuses. Come and have a look. Great, you've missed out on all the excitement. I'm not going back to it. Unlucky. But yeah, Kelham Island is fantastic. There's also the Millennium Galleries in Sheffield, which is equally fantastic. Not as big, it's quite small, but some of the stuff in there.
Some of those knives on the wall.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, here's an old knife. It's kind of like broken. They are all immaculate.
Some of them patterns. Oof.
Yeah, some beauties, definitely.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And also, if you like a cup of tea, if you go and have a tea in the cafe inside the Millennium Galleries, you get about 8 cups out of one pot they give you.
Proper tea.
Yeah, proper tea.
Yorkshire tea bags. Lovely.
Yeah, proper tea. But yeah, it's definitely worth it. Even if you just go up just for the day to go there, just go and see it. Stephen, I know you're in here. You'll be coming to see it next time you come over, and you haven't got a choice because it needs to be seen.
Definitely.
But as we're doing that weird topic we never talk about of Sheffield knives, should we look at some Sheffield knives?
Oh, go on then.
Oh, okay. Has anyone got any Sheffield knives?
Has anybody rehandled any Sheffield knives lately?
Weirdly, yes. I rehandled one in Buffalo. Would you like to see it?
Oh, Buffalo. Yes, please.
Okay, hang on. Let me try and work out how this thing works now. Well, here we go. It works perfectly. Here's my Arthur Wright I did in Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Absolutely fantastic. So before the Buffalo, it was those... you've probably got them, have you there, Andy?
It was this. It was this handle material when I picked it up from Congi. I just had these on it. Now, there's nothing wrong with the knife. I could have kept it as it was. It worked perfectly, but I wanted Buffalo.
What was it like to pin?
Amazing.
Really?
I would like it to pin in my Carter because the horn is technically is hair, isn't it? It's the same sort of stuff hair is made out of.
It's like a woven, threaded. Yeah, amazing.
It's forgiving. It's not like bone where you tap it a bit too much or wood, you tap it a bit too much, it cracks. It's forgiving, so you can give it a decent hit and you can get the pins flush easily. Even an idiot like me has managed to do it.
Fantastic.
And the best is someone getting murdered in your house, Sean?
I think possibly.
And I can't believe that you put that on the Sanitarium for like 25 quid.
Yeah. not gonna happen.
And nobody saw it, so you took it down. Amazing.
Yeah, shame that. But the reason I picked this one and to do this one is I love a lamb's foot blade, but I'm not a massive fan of the upswept handle. This one, as you see, is on the jack frame, so there's no upswept to it. So it's just like the spear point handle with a lamb's foot blade on it.
Yeah, it does look so good. That Buffalo looks amazing. You done such a job on that.
It took a long time. I spent a good couple of hours this morning doing it.
And how exactly did you take down said Buffalo?
Big old gun. Has anyone else got any Sheffields?
I was carrying this old Taylor's Eyewitness today.
Oh, well, probably should have a look at that.
Still got the stamp blade, although the sharpening is getting very close to the stamp there. But it's just the handles on this. It was just. But again, carbon steel took a wicked edge on it.
You kind of have to when it looks that good.
But yeah,
it's the law. There's plenty of blade left to use. It's not broken. It's got an action. It's the law. You then have to buy it.
It's got a great action still, but it's a very old knife. It's got steel liners, so It's a very old knife. It's seen a lot of use, and it's still seeing use to this day. So, yeah, rocking the old Taylor's Eyewitness.
Yeah, very similar to the. I think mine was Taylor's as well. I got one similar, different to your phone. This is the one I picked up in both Wells, and I went to an antique place here. Pretty much the same knife, but with the peach seed sort of jig.
Yeah, that's lovely.
And then the old Taylor stamp. You can see that there.
Yep.
But that was a fantastic one. I don't think I paid a lot for it either, which made it even better.
Yeah, I didn't pay much for this. I think this was 20 or 25 quid posted. So.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. That. Sean, do you have any Sheffield knives?
Well, funnily enough, I've got an old Taylor's.
Oh, is it jig bone?
Yes, it is.
It looks like the same stamp as mine as well.
So it's got that arched lettering around the.
That's it. It's got exactly the same stamp as mine.
I love that one.
That's what my blade should have looked like.
I know.
So yeah, one of those.
Is it going to be lamb's foot heavy today?
Possibly. It will be if I can.
Lamb's foot blades only, please.
Oh.
Why have you got no lamb's foot blades out, Michael?
No, I had my favourite Ventura with the triple flute bolts.
Oh, I have to look at that. That's terrible. Oh,
and the easy open with a spear.
That's horrible. I would hate
This is the one that you told me not to rehandle because it looks so good, but it's still only like the man-made handles. And now I've seen your Buffalo, and I think that in Buffalo with those triple fluted rat's tail bolsters.
Right. You need to ask someone with actual talent to do it.
Oh come on! Look at the one that you've just done. Can you imagine that in a nice feathered Buffalo?
Yeah, but do you understand? I have to take the knife apart to do that.
There's no gap in. It's got a perfect action, half stop, and it's slightly over to one side, but it's not touching.
Do you want me to take it apart and put Buffalo on it?
Look, Buffalo. Wouldn't that look? Wouldn't that look good in Buffalo? Come on.
Bring it with you tomorrow, then.
It would look good, wouldn't it? Come on, people, give us some feedback, Sean.
Well, yeah, it would. I can't deny it. Definitely would.
At this point, I'm just going to have to start rehandling Ashley's, aren't I? Because
what? Pardon?
So we have welcome to Cherry 2. Said she's got one they've got one from the Steel City Cutlery. It's beautiful in ebony, but the spring's very hard. So a lot of them do have quite strong pulls to them, especially Arthur Wrights. They seem to like a strong pull. And
Arthur Wrights and blades that were associated with Arthur Wright,
yeah. But this is one of the sort of basic farmer's knives, really, or sheep's foot, whatever you want to call it. This is just in the ebony as well, but this has got a very strong snap and pull to it. It's an 8 easy, and sometimes you can't actually pinch it. You actually have to use the nail nick. But yeah, that's one of the things that I really like about the knives they make is they make the action so that it becomes a proper working knife. Because although slip joints are safe no matter how strong the spring is, as long as you're not an idiot with it, you're not going to do any harm. But the stronger the back spring, the more safe you feel using it, really. Within reason, anyway. Obviously, as long as it's not like a definitely. And you can't open it.
Although, you know what? I was going through my Arthur Wright collection one night in the week because, you know, you do that sometimes, didn't you? And my Heine Haynes one has not got, it's got a, it just pops open. It's not got a really strong action on it.
Mine had a reasonable action.
Right.
But it wasn't, because you're saying yours was just like a...
Mine's not got a strong action on it for an Arthur Wright. It's not Arthur Wright-esque. Fortunately, I know a man. I might pop it back in for a new back spring.
Oh no, new back spring.
Back spring's not gone, but it's not as punchy as some, well, as all of the others really.
But they are all handmade. That's the point. They're not all identical, because I've got an ebony sheepsfoot here. Like, if any of you had an ebony sheepsfoot, it would be different in every single way to mine. It would not be the same.
Yeah. No, but this is not the action I was looking for.
This is not the action we were looking for.
No.
But there are Arthurite knives that don't have absolute death pull. The being one that has a very nice action. I would say it's probably just shy of a 7. This is an ebony one with a chased spring and worked liners.
Yeah.
And that has a very sort of comfortable pull. You can easily one hand close it, and you can just pinch it. And with it being a lamb's foot, that's quite... Oh, is that the same knife? Oh, Mikey, do you have one of these?
One of what?
One of these Senators with a work back. But yeah, the Senator is a fantastic sort of gentleman carry. It's not the cheapest pattern they make, but I mean, equal end frame, slight swell in the middle down here, and it's pretty straight at the top. But it's fantastic.
So, like this is the Liam Heine Haynes, yeah.
Yeah, go get a new spring. Yeah.
You know, it's literally I can.
Why don't you trade it with Mark?
Swap it with Mark, yeah.
But I mean, the lockup's it's not going anywhere. But I realised the other day, I thought it had broken. You know, when your back spring goes,
how light it is, yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's so perhaps because the new wood that they're doing now isn't the same as the first run. They've just sent the new run to Heine, and I think it's in Eki or something like that now.
Oh,
and
cool.
So yeah, I might have to keep my eye out for one of these original ones with a much heavier pull on it.
Yeah. But back onto lamb's foot. This is a Herbert Robinson. I think it's Herbert Robinson. You think so? But it's got beautiful jig bone on it. And this is one with the kind of pull where you have to use the nail neck, because it's an absolute bear trap snap on it. But it's in fantastic condition. The blade's been used, but not totally abused. There's still enough of a recognisable lamb's foot shape to it. Plenty of blade there as well.
Chirk wants a Senator with a spear point blade, please.
I'm sure we've discussed this, haven't we, Michael?
Well, it's like he's asking one of you to send him one of yours. Definitely not me.
No, I like mine. I only have one Senator now. It's that one. That's my only Senator until we bully Michael into making us one.
Yeah, bully. Bully being the operative word.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure you could bully Michael into anything, really.
No, he does what he wants when he wants.
Is it? Yeah.
But then we've got John all over this one. This is the Caballo tackler, because it's a tackler blade. And this is one with a light pull. But I would say
light,
the pull...
is that like a Budweiser light?
Yeah, but I would say it is more like yours. It's probably like a 6.5, maybe a 7.
Do you know what? I put my pull to the half stop. You know what? I'd say it's a 4. And then the pull from the half stop to the open is a 5. It's not enough, is it?
That needs some Ashley treatment.
This is why I've never carried it, I think.
Yeah, I carried one a little bit, but not a whole deal.
Ashley, can you please beef up my spring?
So this is a
Tackler?
Tackler Barlow.
Yeah.
One I got in the.
Oh, I remember that one. That's the famous Sheffield shop, isn't it?
Shop, yeah. And it's got a lighter than normal pull for an Arthurite as well. Although it's not terrible. It's and it doesn't. It's not going to close easily on you. And it's all about how you use slip joints anyway, isn't it? In terms of safety. So, but yeah, it's nice. And it's having to stand in for my Paddy club knife at the moment because Lynn's sort of borrowed it.
Yeah. This is
not that you've been to, but you have mentioned it a couple of times now.
You mentioned it at least 5 times.
Well,
I'm waiting to see the knife flow across the room and just stick out of Sean's head.
Pop his eyeball out.
I'm not. Yeah. The thing was, earlier on, when I got back from work, we just sat and had a drink for a few minutes before we carried on with a few jobs. And Lynn announced that she thought she really wanted an Ashley with a worked back and blade. I'm hiding this one.
Well, I'm sure there's lots of people that would want one of those, you know.
Yeah. Well, what's the favourite blade shape though? Because there's lots to pick from.
Well, Lynn, what sort of blade do you want? Do you want like a lamb's foot, or do you want like the tackler one, like the club knife?
Tackler, I think.
A tackler. Is that it?
Maybe we should put Lynn in the birthday group.
Yeah. Another one of my favourite lamb's foot knives is I've got this in a trade with Michael, but the mirror polish on this stainless steel, as I'm sure you can see, is ridiculous.
That's got a wicked action on it, though, hasn't it? That's snappy.
This is Buffalo. Build quality on it is absolutely fantastic, and the action it's glassy smooth. There's no resistance, like grittiness or anything like that. It just, and this is definitely about a 7.
I can't remember why I got rid of that now. Probably because at the time I wasn't into Buffalo.
Yeah, so I was never really massively into Buffalo. I always just assumed it was like too slippery, and it was not, because a lot of the ones I was seeing were just like the plain dark Buffalo. There was never any sort of feathering to it. And then I can't remember what knife I got, and I was like, oh, I really love Buffalo. And then since then, my Buffaloes are growing quite rapidly. So, yeah, like Buffalo now. Which is normally I don't think it's going to change from having wood as the number one handle material, because there's just something about having a wooden handle that it's fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's nice to, mind you, get the variation with the Buffalo as well, I suppose. But
well, actually, Jig like a Buffalo for us, didn't he? It come out brilliantly.
He did.
That was it. Look, this came out so well, that Jig Buffalo.
That's fantastic, isn't it?
But you do have to buff it afterwards just to get that nice sheen in, like the jigging.
And this is a 2-bladed spear jack. So you've got a main spear blade and a death pull on the pen blade. So you can see they've moved the nail nick right down towards the front, so you can access both blades.
Yeah.
But this is one, well, me and Michael both got one of these when we had Paddy and Judd over and we were filming at Arthur Wrighton's. The video you saw, if you watched the Paddy show, of a knife being jigged was either mine or Michael's. It was one of the two.
I think it was yours. I think it was your first one, yeah. And they were just two old stock knives that he had kept because the buffalo wasn't smooth and he wasn't pleased with it.
Yeah, and he said, "Are you sure you want it to me? Because," and I'm not joking, this mark there.
And once we said, he said, "I've been thinking about trying to jig buffalo," and you would do it now. Do you remember? Do it now.
Do it. Here you go. To use this. But it was a great experience. But yeah, I never thought buffalo would jig that well. I always just, because it's fibrous, I would just assume it would sort of just like mess up and go all over the place. But
I've got that case trapper that's in jigged wood, and that looks brilliant as well.
Jigged wood's another one. I want to get one. Now we've mentioned wood. What about a Barlow lamb's foot with wood?
Okay.
This is the Moonraker short face. Was it Spalted Beach? Was it? I'm pretty sure it was Spalted. Yeah. I love the black streaks that go through this as well.
There's another batch of those on like Moonraker of the
there is.
Of those lamb's foot.
What I was saying about the one I rehandled, it's on the same jack frame.
Yeah.
So there's none of that sway back, but you do get the downward cant of the blade. Slight downward cant, but nothing ridiculous. But it's a fantastic knife. I did carry this one for a long time when I first got it. I haven't carried it for a little bit, but it does get some pocket time here and there. And Robin, yes, is a debilitating condition. Arthritis is very serious.
It's only debilitating to your wallet.
No, because what happens if I don't have a new Arthur Wright or Sheffield?
Oh, yeah, you do get a bit of a mardy arse, don't you?
Yeah.
You do throw your toys out the pram, don't you? Like the rattle comes out.
Proper rattle, yeah.
Just started throwing moderns at me.
Just... My moderns are terrible. Oh, I just want to say thank you to Joy as well. I know she's still in here for my birthday gift. She sent me a very nice little buck, and she made me
a nappy. Oh, right. Okay.
Hey.
Is that a manpon? Like a tampon, but for men?
Yes. But there is several of these. There's one for Michael. There is also one for a certain naked person, and also one for a certain naked person's wife.
Mrs. Naked Sean and Naked Sean.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you, Joy.
And they're both fantastic as well.
And is everyone feeling whalish? You've blown your nose on that one. That's why you're hiding the back of it.
No. So there's Naked Sean.
It's got the Randy WSG skull, which is wonderful, and it's got the whalish. When he come out with like whalish. He had it on his merch, didn't he?
Yeah. I'll bring that with me through. There's actually there's a birthday card for you as well, Sean, from Joy.
Oh, Joy, thank you.
Slippy opened it first just to see if there was any good in there.
I want to make sure there's no money in it. But yeah, no, it's fantastic gifts, Joy. I love them. I've got two of them now, and they're fantastic. My original one's over there with my Randy stuff, and actually be taking Randy with me to the night sort of hunt.
I took Randy with me to the festival on a Sunday to like see the cult and public
I saw you
image in that, and I left a little bit of him right in front of the stage so he can see all the bands there.
Yeah. So Randy will forever be watching every band that ever plays there.
At Milton Keynes Bowl, yeah. How good's that?
Yeah, funny. Thank you, Joy.
Thank you very much.
Although it was a little bit windy, and a bit of him did go in my mate's mouth as well. He's like, "What's that?" I went, "It's cocaine. You're fine."
Yeah. But we know Randy would have found that funny.
Oh God,
definitely. I found it funny, so Randy would have definitely found it funny.
Yeah. Really, really funny. Yeah.
But you could have jigged Mike Carter as well, couldn't you? That's another one.
Jig My Carter is fantastic. I did it on the birthday barlow for Michael. What is that?
Jigged Mike Carter. It's an Ashley.
Yeah, but what is it?
It's the Dino pattern with a big fat old blade on it. In jigged Mike Carter.
Who ordered this?
Judd.
Is he telling he's wrong in every single way?
It's look at that, but it's really comfortable. But the jigging is phenomenal. Look at that.
Jig My Carter is fantastic.
Jig My Carter. I couldn't believe when you both obviously got the same pattern in that birthday knife. I can't remember whose birthday it was now. It was Mikey's.
It's mine. It was my birthday.
Slippy got the one as well.
Yeah.
But they're so light.
Yeah, so light and so strong. There's like zero flex in them.
It's amazing. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have some Jig My Carter from.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay. Oh, we'll have to order some more. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Not more Sheffield.
Someone will accuse this show of being slightly Sheffield heavy.
Don't care.
The kind of thing that John says to us.
What kind of My Carter does Ashley use? He uses My Carter. Hope that helps. No idea.
He uses all kinds of stuff. He's just got a load of Tufnell in as well.
Oh, I'd hate it if I had a knife made of stuff.
Show a knife.
I'd hate it if there was a knife with Tufnell on it. How about some more Sheffield Buffalo?
Buffalo.
So the Slim Barlow by William Rogers.
Oh, I remember this one. This is the knife that I nearly bought a good few weeks back.
That is nice.
It's not one I thought I would ever like, the Slim Barlow, but I've always just looked at it and gone, it's too small in hand, but it's really not. It's not, I wouldn't say, it's not like a case slimline trapper. It's a little bit thicker than that, but it's actually really comfortable to use, and you get a nice size sort of California clip on there as well. Great action as well, and you get a little pen blade on the front, which is cool.
Yeah.
Nice bar shield on there.
There was two of those for sale the first time that went, and I was going to pick them up as a pair, but I don't know. Something at the time said, don't do it, and, but you can't own them all, can you?
No.
I mean, Sean's going to try.
Yeah. Cherrick has confirmed to us that the actual facts of what My Carter actually uses. He says the My Carter made with My Carter.
Ah, it's My Carter.
It is, yeah. You know, that stuff that's made out of like
Barlow pattern. This one's a Wheatley.
What's happened to the blade?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh no, tip's gone.
Is it a shiv now?
It's a twin blade, but also the bolster's gone on one side. Look.
Oh no, bolster's gone.
Oh no. but it's yeah, it needs a bit of TLC or something.
Needs a lot of TLC. Half the bolster's snapped off.
Yeah.
There is that.
Yeah, it's just something to look at, I suppose. Now,
do you buy a lot of your knives from the scrap man?
These ones, so a lot of these that I got that were broken were kind of like, you know, I buy a knife and they've got these here. Well, if you want those, they're damaged, you can have, you know, like another couple of quid here and there. So they don't really owe me anything.
Even for parts, it's worth it for that.
Well, I picked up that lovely George Wolstenholme Stockman, and all the blades are quite worn on them, but they're all still like usable. But it has got a bolster missing. So I'm either going to find a really beaten up one that's got a decent bolster, or I'm going to find one that with like one bolster but really good blades or something. You know what I mean?
It'll happen.
The slanted bolster.
Yeah, like yours and Slippies, yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't pay much for it. I bought 2 knives for £10, didn't I? So
you can't go wrong, can you?
I picked up a Wolfenheim Stockman with the sheep's foot and the spay are immaculate. Like there's loads of life left on them. But the main blade has been used, but not terribly, because you can see it's still the correct shape of a clip point.
Yeah.
But if I put it back in the channel, you'll see how much of that blade is gone.
Oh, wow. So it was quite a big one.
Yeah. But there's still, the snap's good on it as well. So the person looked after the knife.
Just used it a lot.
Yeah, it's still usable, which is why.
Maybe snap the tip off.
They could have and reprofiled it, but if they did a great job.
Actually, reprofiling broken tips isn't that hard if you've got a decent Dremel with the right tools and stuff. It's easy, and you can even do some like swedging and stuff. It's new.
Just need to take your time with it and don't Dremel for a long time. As soon as you heat up the blade, you ruin everything.
Yeah, and also wear safety glasses because sparks in the eye are not nice.
No, sparks in the eye are not nice at all. Fit from Iceland. Show the Ashley sow belly. Either of you got it to hand?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go, done. Oh, that's nice, Sean. It's a lovely knife. I'm glad I cleaned mine up because I rebuffed the snakewood and it's fantastic.
Brass bolsters and a lovely.
I noticed that we've got no Dave and like Tony tonight in here because Tony loves that knife.
Is Dave over at Tony's?
I believe so. I think that's why they've gone missing. They're probably in like bed together, like Bert and Ernie.
Again?
Yeah, Morecambe and Wise.
Morecambe and Wise, more like.
Morecambe and Unwise, more like. Yeah, it's a lovely knife. Looking forward to maybe we get him to do a 3-bladed one. That would be cool as well.
What's the
Oh no!
What would you say the largest handle size is for like a sow belly then?
3 3/4.
Could you do a bigger one? Would that be?
You could, but it'd be wrong.
Why would it be wrong?
Because I only like knives that are 3 3/4, unless it's a large stockman.
If the dimensions look right and blade to handle ratio, surely a 4-inch sow belly is feasible.
I mean, if one was to be made, I wouldn't say no. Put it that way.
No, that's not right. You've never said no to anything. That's not what I just thought about because when Tony said that he thought it was going to be a bigger knife, I do get what he means, but it is quite a slim knife as well, isn't it? It's everything about it's quite a gentlemanly carry as opposed to like working.
Well, I will leave that with you to
add to my list.
Yeah. And then when you say it's ready, I'll send you some money. Isn't that generally how it works?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
do you mean you've got plenty of that?
Elan's missing this. Oh, did you hear that snap?
It's the ting on the open when you flick it up with your thumb.
Yeah, it just vibrates.
Yeah.
Oh, good vibrations.
Ding.
Nice bit of chopping board.
Lovely bit of chopping board, that, Sean. Lovely bit of chopper.
How
are you getting on with that trapper?
Oh, do you know what?
Oh, he's broke it and he's snapped the tip off.
I love it. I absolutely love it. It's not really left my pocket. Do you know? Do you know what I did earlier on?
Snapped it.
No, I sliced an apple.
So it's correct now. It's now officially yours because it's dirty.
One of our apples out of the garden.
Oh no, apple out the garden.
So yeah, it is really nice actually.
Slippy doesn't have a single bladed trapper.
No, but I do have this.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, that's nice.
And this is
my throat's gone dry.
An electrician's knife. The fanciest electrician's knife you'll ever find. And the blade is actually 4 years older than me, 1987 it says on there. And you get the file on there. Great snap. Beautiful spear blade.
I was 20.
Half stopped.
I was 13.
Yeah.
I was 13 when that electrician's blade was made and then stamped and dated. It's only the military stuff that you've got a chance to like dating with, like Sheffield stuff.
Yeah. They don't really do that sort of thing. It's not like Case where they were like, "Oh, let's do a date system." They just go, "No, we'll just put our name on it." Just put the name on it. That's enough. We haven't got to do any messing about. Just your name. Occasionally, we might change the stamp, and there'd be a period where you can date into a certain period, but that's it.
I've just read Chirk's comment, and it sounds wrong in so many ways.
Well, that's Chirk for you, isn't it? What does it say?
The only apple left after the badger was in your back garden. This is Naked Sean. You don't want a badger in your back garden, do you? Anyway, let's have a look.
Thank you, Derek.
What about a Britbuster?
Oh no, not a Britbuster.
In Desert Ironwood.
Oh, not Desert Ironwood.
Look at that.
That's awful.
Coined and filed. Half stop. It's the Mark II.
I do like a half stop. I don't know why. It's just appealing for the walk and talk, I think.
It is. And, you know, it's the trouble is with these Ashleys, you get spoilt for choice, don't you? They're different.
Yeah. It's because you can have exactly what you want.
I think that's the beauty of the whole handmade knives is you don't have to retool or rejig or anything. You can just go for it, can't you? You can just. Yeah. He like sits there and I like pop into like see him and stuff, and he says, "I've been thinking about so and so pattern, but I've got a few different plans, like to make it different." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, tell me more."
Yeah, don't talk, just make it and then give one to me.
These cutlers can just picture stuff in their head, and then they think, "Oh, I'd quite like to try that," and then see how it comes out.
That's when you know they've got the passion, when they want to try and design something for their own.
When they can come up with their own sort of ideas and patterns, or variations on a pattern, or just changing, you know, doing his own type of bolster threading, like he did on Sean's Trapper. That was a first.
Lynn, Sean wants to know. John wants to know what you're banging. Trying straightest face possible saying that.
Yeah.
But we are just big kids, really, aren't we? We're big kids with very sharp, shiny toys.
Yeah. I love the way that Fictional says spoilt for choice only if you can get one. Well, I'm pretty sure that he's got one or two.
You've got one.
I know that one got sent to him because I was there when it got wrapped.
Yeah, we saw it in packet.
Yeah, we saw it.
Even I saw it in packet. But no, they can be difficult to get hold of. I know we're very lucky that we can get them. But the best place is at his Instagram. Just spam check it. He generally posts stuff on a Friday if he's going to sell something. And isn't he doing
that's generally once a month.
Once a month, yeah. So he'll do a batch of knives. They might be all the same. There could be slight variations. I know the last ones had different handle materials.
Yeah.
But he did one with the Thoya Burl lamb's foot, which we got one of. Paddy and Judd got one as well. But he does different bits and pieces like that. So just keep an eye out. But
yeah, that should have been a run of 10, and it ended up being a run of 5 because he slightly customized because we kind of hijacked 5 of them, didn't we?
Yeah, definitely.
That's quite funny.
But even the standard Arthurites are absolutely superb. You cannot go wrong.
I love. Do you know what? You are right. Just a standard Arthurite. I nearly grabbed the PPP knife there. And that for just a working Barlow. There's nothing to it that's fancy. The action and the lockup is phenomenal. Got a gorgeous clip point on it, carbon steel, and they're just not a lot of money, are they? You know, they're just really reasonably priced knives.
Nice spear point in ebony.
The spear point in ebony is phenomenal. Yeah.
Great knives. Great knives. Great value for money.
So I just want to say welcome to Hawkeye Tomahawk. He said he never comments, but enjoys content. As a UK collector, I personally love it if Mr. Andy Armstrong made a Rosecraft with an Arthurite clip point, as it's the best clip point. He's right about the clip point.
He is right about the clip point. And welcome, Hawkeye.
Welcome, Hawkeye.
Tomahawk. I do hope that is your given name because that's fantastic.
Yeah. There's just something about the Arthurite clip. Whoever designed it originally.
The clip with that little swedging on it as well. A little bit of swedging. Now, Nick.
Yeah. This is the olive wood where I've polished the blade. I wanted to try polishing the blade.
This is the. Let me get this right. This is you.
Me?
No, you.
Me?
No, you.
Me?
No, you.
Like this you?
No, me.
What about this you?
Yeah, this is you. Yeah, you. That joke's never going to get old, is it? Me.
And the olive wood.
To you, to me, to you, to me.
To me, to you, to me, to you. And then you can even get a little bit more money. You can have like a Moonraker exclusive when they do drop. And you can have like the mossy turning birch.
They are special. And I saw a post on Discord the other night. You know, there's a Mark 1 and a Mark 2 and a Mark 3 on its way. And they're all slightly different in the wood. Ollie's going to sell one of his. I think he's mad. He's mad. Well, he's thinking about it anyway.
Would that would that clip look good on a handle other than a swell end Barlow? Michael, you have an Ashley with that clip point blade that's not on a swell end Barlow. I know you do because you bought it off me.
Is that the micarta with the brass?
Yes. It does look that good. It looks fantastic. The only reason that one went and I sold it is because I was at the point where I only want Ashleys or customs that have a meaning behind. So everything I have that's a custom has a meaning behind it. Like I've either bought it with the boys, or it was a gift, or I've been somewhere with other people and we've all designed it together, or whatever. But that's the only reason that one went.
If it was a gift, who gifts Ashley's?
I gifted you one, and you gifted me one.
Shush. This has got a lovely action on it. This is snappy.
There you go. Clip point on a spear frame.
With a jack style bolster. This is one of the first ones you got via Insta, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, I got that. I don't think that was the first one. I can't remember what my first one was, but I had a few through Instagram before I had my first custom.
This has got a great action on it. It's really snappy. Brutal. It's a guillotine.
That one is an 8 at least, 8.5 for the snap on that. I think it is because it's the clip point on the spear frame. I think the spring's under that bit more tension because of the difference.
I like check. Some UK postal worker got my twisted assisted spear point in my Carter, the Git. His English is getting so good now, isn't it?
What about a Brashley?
Oh, not a Brashley.
Look at the thickness of those brass liners.
It's one of my favourites, that one.
It's great. And the weight of it just makes it feel really nice somehow.
Matt was carrying that to death. He was like non-stop carrying that to the point where he didn't carry anything else, and it went a horrible colour and got all sweaty and rusty and that.
There's still that now over there.
Oh, I thought you cleaned it up.
No, I didn't clean that one up because I like it as it is.
Hawkeye Tomahawk, and I love saying that name, so he's got to make more comments because I want to say Hawkeye Tomahawk. He's made a really good point. Hard to beat the A-Right Barlow, to be honest, but would love to see Rosecraft take on it. Now, Rosecraft did their take of Michael's senator pattern, you know. So, and they did a really good like job of that. So you never know. Perhaps Rosecraft and Andy, if somebody who knows Andy could have a word with him, and could you do your take on a Sheffield Arthur Wright Barlow with that clip point?
Yeah, I'm sure we could get that in there because they do have new releases of round 6. I think it is. Don't quote me on what round it is because I don't know. I'm just guessing. But there's some really nice stuff coming out. There's a couple of re-releases. There's something you may all have that's a re-release coming out the start of next week. And just other bits and pieces that's like brand new, like this. And there's one that I actually really like, and I wasn't sure if I would like or not, but it's because it has this sort of shield on it here. I'm just going to show you that like that, just like that there. But yeah, they'll be coming out sort of. I think it's the 7th of July.
Sean, get your super eye out.
Get your bonk eye out and have a better look.
Get your super bonk eye out, like your Hemswell bonk eye.
I see.
I know you say I don't want to see it, but I really want to see it. I want to see the chameleon eye. We're going to have to go back to Hemswell every day until we see it.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yes.
And what about Mr. Toes.
Oh, Tobo Car.
No one with toes that should ever be allowed to wear sandals again. It should be a law.
That was
But his big toe was like, this is the big toe. It was like over here. I don't know what it was doing. I think now is a good time for us to be. I think it's time. We're getting a bit Tobo-y in here. Well, I appreciate every single person that came in and watched. We're up to about 40 people, so thank you very much for watching us talk absolute bollocks. I'll show those pictures in Discord either tonight or in the morning, whichever I can be bothered to do, to be honest. Not gonna lie. But there's some really interesting information on some of them, especially about the pocket knives and pen knives, and as well as the Durham Duplex, the sort of information they were giving, but it's going to be fantastic to see actual Sheffield cutlers in a Sheffield old building making Sheffield knives.
I'm so looking forward to this project. I've been chatting to him from with Mark, Steel City Knives. He's like really keen on it as well. So we keep having little chats about it. None of us know what to expect, but we just hope that they're just going to turn out some really good, well-priced Sheffield-made knives, and I'm sure everybody will like pick one up.
It'll be good.
Be all over it like a fart in a spacesuit.
Yes, that. I think that's the note. That will live on.
Yeah, it's good night from me.
It's good night from me, and it's good night from him.
It's definitely good night from him.
Good night.
Yeah. Good.
Bye, then.
Thanks for coming.
Go and watch it again if you want. If you don't want to, don't bother. Just do what you want.
Rubbish. I just wouldn't watch it.
Yeah, terrible. Love you. Bye.
Bye-bye.